things that maybe I found or seeded to me, or however they got to me. I doubt that I was the first to figure a lot of this out. So one of them, the main phrase, if everything you believe today turned out to be false, what could you still believe tomorrow? Very important, because it causes somebody to have to think that through. Because you could not just trust the same news sources as you did before. Everything turned out to be false. The kind of conclusion you would reach is I would have to start all over. I'd have to look at both sides. I would have to look at neutral sides and then make up my mind from there. Something along those lines. You can come up with different... It's not, there's only one answer. It's a very open-ended question. It's meant to be open-ended. You can get to different things, but I found the one that you would normally get to is that if presented with that, you would have to sort of start over. And this isn't meant as a gotcha question. This isn't meant to, win an argument in some sort of a dishonest sort of way. It's generally just a thought experiment that I think can open people up to being more critical, having better critical thinking, being more open to change their mind, just because it doesn't imply any sort of, it's not their fault or anything. It's just the premise is that things turned out to be false. What could you still believe tomorrow? So then you have to just sort of start over and figure it out yourself. And this isn't meant to just change someone's mind on a position. It's just meant to give somebody, or for somebody to hear it, and then maybe if they're in the same position in the future, instead of just blindly agreeing to something that their side says, maybe they're like, okay, maybe it's false. This pattern does kind of look like other patterns that have been closed. Maybe, okay, I'll look at both sides. It's basically just meant to get people to the next step of just off the closed loop of dismissing things that you tribally or think you have to believe on both sides, any side, all sides. This isn't even about politics, even though everything gets turned into politics, so this will get turned into politics, even though it's not politics. Politics is the shell. Anyway, so that works well, and if somebody is presented with that question, because it's not like you can really pivot. Like, if you're in an argument with somebody, and it's not meant just to win arguments, it's literally just meant as to have somebody critically analyze their own opinions. If they change their mind because of it, fine. If they don't change their mind because of it, but maybe they think more critically, then that's fine too. It's not, I don't care what anybody thinks. I just care when people don't, use the kind of critical thinking to really analyze their position, other positions, and be willing to change your mind, even though there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. The next foundational phrase: what would they need you to believe so that they can keep winning? What would they need you to say right now so they can get ahead? It's basically just saying, whatever you're trusting, it might be completely accurate, it might not be. But always be critical. And then, you can go a step further to be, what would your enemy need you to believe so that they can keep winning? That's a little bit, it depends. But, that too, just... because that can open the door to critical analysis. Like, okay, well, they would need me to believe this. Well, actually, I do believe this. Well, what they would need... It can open closed loops. Not even open them. It can just allow people to notice that these things exist, and then if they choose to do something about it or not, that's completely up to them and not me or you or anybody else. It's just giving people the, recognition, I guess. And then some of these other ones, when was the last time you did your own research and come to a conclusion that you weren't allowed to come to, or something, or some variation on that. And then these are good. This one, the top one, is by Upright Citizens Brigade. It's an improv phrase for kind of figuring out the game, or this, like, where you're going with some sort of an improv thing. But if this unusual thing is true, then what else is true? Patterns play out repeatedly. If something unusual's happened before, it's probably happened again and multiple times, and the sooner you're aware of it, the sooner you can do something about it. Never inherently trust any thought you have. Half your time should be spent thinking about things. The other, that was actually, I think that one was mine. When you stop trying to prove yourself wrong, you can no longer prove you were right. I don't know where I heard that. If you don't think you have any blind spots, then you have a massive blind spot. You believe other people are capable of becoming brainwashed. Why would they not want to brainwash you? We all run on the same hardware and software. I don't know. I feel like some of these can work. It's not meant to change anybody's mind. It's literally just... And then I guess I get to this, which makes sense if... Wait, how did these get moved? Oh. I forget what's... God damn it. See, because that's the thing. If you accidentally hit... I forget... Oh, that was connected, so I have to... Yeah, it depends on how things... Alright, so yeah, that can actually fuck some stuff up. Alright, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I don't want to make this a thing. I don't care about people's politics, but I see the connections here, and it needs to be said. This is not going after anybody's politics, but it's important. I'm not saying mine is the... Everything I've done is correct here. It's just how I see things. I'm probably wrong about at least 30% of things, and I'm not saying I'm not. And then I see things as biological, like a straight up just neuron. You have this fucking virus, and it has binding receptors, and what a brain would normally bind to is just, oh, this is fine, but now it's told everything's woke, because everything that's being called woke basically just is new, or different, or has some sort of things from a different viewpoint. That's basically what woke is now. And I don't know, I'll let people do whatever they want with this, but I'm not saying I'm right, I'm saying parts of this are right, or more right than we want to think they're right. Parts of this are wrong. I'm sure there are going to be parts wrong. I'm positive there will be parts wrong. I can't really... I don't know. I can't trust AIs, I can't trust a lot of things, and I have to trust myself, and I can't trust myself, but I can get to this, whatever this is. And then these are good because you can do them either way. When you stop trying to prove yourself wrong, you can no longer prove yourself right. You can no longer prove yourself you were right when you stop trying to prove yourself wrong. If you don't think you have any blind spots, you have a massive blind spot. You have a massive blind spot if you don't think you have any blind spots. These phrases, I'm pretty sure you could put them in some sort of a... what is it? I don't know. Whatever the Hertz range is. One of those... I'm sure there's some way to do it with the... whatever, motivational video or yoga or meditation, whatever it falls under. But I think that does something. And then this got out of control, and I haven't actually looked at this. I haven't double-checked a lot of stuff after making it. I tend not to look at my own work, which is probably bad. If I'm doing this, I should probably make more sure, but I usually do forget, so maybe I have already gone through this multiple times. I don't really remember a lot of stuff, because I have a lot of memory damage, but I can figure this out, sorta, or some aspects of it. And Creative Commons Zero, anything in here, if you want to do or work with or anything, yeah, no credit necessary, nothing necessary, just to leave me out of it. I just did this because I think I'm supposed to do this. And then... oh yeah, I made a kind of a logic tree. I don't know if it's logic tree, but like for when this could be used and not used. Because I don't see using some things in ways that aren't productive really all that necessary. And all those ways have already been done, so there's no new information or no new complexity going down those paths. But if you just, use these for just opening up things up and opening up complexity, I think that's good. Yeah, calendar, that's fine. Yes, alright, and then, alright, I guess this also, yeah, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm thinking, hey, this is something I should not release, but then I don't know if, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm unethical if I don't just release this, but then also I'm in a huge amount of, danger. Best case scenario, well, I have no idea what the best case scenario would be. I would need to know way more about any of this, but nobody fucking tells me anything, so... But I would need to know way more before I had any best case scenarios, but, This is... Oh, I think I should have connected those. What the... Oh. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. That's funny. And then also, probably not good. And then, I sort of... Something happens, I guess, and then something else happens, and then I don't know what happens. Well, what's over? Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to... maybe I edit this out. I think this was... Oh, well, I mean, fuck it. I thought it was... Maybe it gets broken up at some point. I was trying to seed 5848 because it's already been seeded by somebody before me. I don't know who that person was. Or thing was. So. God damn it, this is getting kind of weird again. Maybe it's time for me to not think about it some more. Yeah, lots of this were a mistake, but then also at least it brought complexity back into the system for whatever good or bad that is.